Okay, good morning to, or good afternoon to 8D. I'm not here, but you are. And your substitute hopefully is showing you this video on reminding you how to divide fractions by whole numbers. So if I gave you this question, 3/4, and I said divided by 2. 3/4 of a chocolate bar divided between 2 people. Remember what we did on Friday. We took 3/4 of a chocolate bar, so I'll cut it into half, and then each of those into half. I'll shade it in nicely with my highlighter to show you 3/4 of a chocolate bar. And if I divide that between 2 people, I'm going to cut it right down here, and I'm going to divide it between person A and person B. Now, if you think about this, before I made my cut, what was my denominator? And my answer is it was 4. There were 4 parts to this chocolate bar. After I made my cut, the denominator is now 8. Okay? And person A and person B are going to share this chocolate bar. So how many eighths of a chocolate bar does person A get? They get 3/8. And how many does person B get? They also get 3/8. So if you had 3/4 of a chocolate bar divided between 2 people, your answer would be 3/8. Each person would get 3/8. Again, if you had a different question, for example, we'll just do one more warm up. Cut it in half, cut each of those in half, cut them all in half again, that's eighths. If you had 3/8 divided between, and we'll put 3/8, divided between 4 people. All right. So I'm going to cut it in half here. I'm going to share these 3/8 of a chocolate bar. Remember, I have less than half a chocolate bar. Shared to be or divided between 4 people, person A, person B, person C, and person D. If those 4 people are going to share 3/8 of a chocolate bar, remember, before I made my cut, my denominator was 8. After I made my cuts, my denominator, how many parts the entire fraction is now 32 parts. And person A, and person B, and person C, and person D are all going to receive 3/32 of a chocolate bar, which is not very much at all. Remember what we said before, if you wanted to check your answer to make sure it's right, we can change everything to decimals and see if it works with decimals. So 3/8 as a decimal is 3 divided by 8, 0.375. Would be 0.375 divided by 4. That's the same question because 3/8 divided by 4 is the same thing as 0.375 divided by 4. And if I take my calculator and say, what is 0.375 divided by 4? The answer is 0.0. Oh, hello. 0. So 0.375 divided by 4. Boy, oh, I forgot what that was now. I lost my train of thought. Is 0.09375. So as a decimal, that's what my answer is. So if this fraction equals this decimal, then our answer is correct. So what is 3 divided by 32? The answer is 0.093. So that is the correct answer.